I will read what I wrote because I did write this already, but I started feeling like, you guys know how I started feeling like I needed to smash my phone, and then I started feeling like I needed to unfollow everybody on Instagram, and it always took me a while to take those steps. Well, another one that happened to me was I started feeling like I wanted to turn off comments on Instagram. Um, Instagram, I tend to get more toxic comments on, more negative energy, more judgment, more just people like dumping their neuroticism into my comment section, and then I get triggered and it's not good. And then so I started blocking all these people, right? And that was a big step for me. Like, I don't need to allow negative energy into my community. But I started realizing, like, I'm also incessantly refreshing my own posts, like waiting for positive comments. Like, I'm waiting for that positive validation to feel good. And it's like, if I really want to be free as an artist, I think I need to get away from that completely. Like, I shouldn't be. Ideally, I'm strong enough to leave the comments on, let people talk, and just not give a fuck, and I just post and then I move on, and I create because I want to create, and then I move on. But I found myself, one, being crushed and triggered by the negative energy that came in on my posts, and two, and then having to block them. And like, that was a big step because I'm like, oh, I don't need to listen. I can listen to myself. If I like what I've created, if I've created it for creation's sake, that's it. I can block anyone who wants to bring negative energy into my community. That was a big step, but it's like I would also feel bad if nobody said anything positive. So it's like, you can't rely on either the negative or the positive. You got to find it within yourself. If you really want to be an artist, and you really want to let your truth out, you got to find it within yourself. You can't be relying on external validation at all. So I started getting this like nagging feeling like, oh shit, like, should I just turn off comments? Like, wouldn't that feel good to never even have to wonder what anyone is going to think about my posts? And like it usually goes when you get a download like this from the source, an idea like this, like, usually I will question it for a while. I'll be like, oh wait, but like, I don't know, like, people might think it's lame, or like I'm being defensive if I turn off my comments. But then, like, over time it just became more and more obvious, and like, this is an example where I am trusting my intuition. Like, I'm having this feeling, and I'm like, I think it's going to clear a lot of space in my head if I don't have to, if I can post something and not have anything come in. Just like nothing, no positive, no friends, no negative, nothing. And then it's like, I don't know. And some of the Instagram reels in particular that do very well, it's like people will just start fighting each other in the comments for no reason. And I'm like, like, what is this? The comment section can really be like a cesspool of like people dumping their shit and just like being rude because they can. And it's like, I don't think I need to have comments on. And so I did it. I turned off comments on my latest posts, and my new posts are not going to have comments on. Same goes when I'm posting these podcast clips on YouTube. I'm just turning comments off, and it feels so good. It feels so good. I've even turned off story replies. Like, when I shared this sentiment on my Instagram story, which I will read to you, people like responded to my story, like praising it. And I was like, wait, like, the same thing is happening on my story. Like, I feel good about what I posted because people like it. But I think I want to like be creating from my source, like, not, I want to get away from what people think at all. Let me see if I could find this, what I wrote, just to make sure I cover everything. Yeah, man. Social media entanglements are part of my journey. It's crazy. Okay, here's what I wrote on my Instagram story. Basically, might just be repeating myself. Um, Wait, but turning off comments on social media posts is strikingly liberating. Not only do I eliminate the ability for judgmental slash negative energy to enter my headspace, I also eliminate my hope slash expectation for positive validation. I often find myself incessantly refreshing my posts in hopes of seeing positive comments. This feels like a waste of energy, like I am waiting for someone else to tell me that my expression is worthy or valid, because I'm unsure that it is valid within myself. If a negative comment comes, or if no positive comments come, I feel unworthy about my post. Actually, though, I'm free to decide for myself that my expression is worthy and valid. I need no external validation at all. I am totally free to share what I want to share, express what I want to express for its own sake, simply because the desire to share arose. Once I share something, I do not need to sit there waiting to see whether people like it. That's irrelevant. I should move on to the next creation. I more recently had a revelation that I am free to block anyone who leaves a negative comment. I'm free to block anyone on a whim. Turning off comments feels like the next step of this particular journey of healing. Now I'm not waiting for negativity nor positivity. I'm just sharing, pouring out, then moving forward. Yeah, this is like it's like, I feel like when the sun's coming in, maybe you could see it on my face. I feel like it's like, I think awakening, sometimes we see it as this singular thing and then like boom, like everything opens up, and like I've had awakenings like that, but what I've noticed is that like there are little awakenings in little facets of your life, and as you burn through your karma, like for me with all my entanglements with social media and people pleasing to the public perception and relying on all these factors of external validation, it's like that is a little awakening about that in particular. And it's like, whoa, when you when you realize that you've been attached to something and then you realize you're totally free to let go of it, it is just the best feeling. So turning off the comments, turning off the stories, and nothing is permanent. It's like right now it's like, whoa, like I am free to do this. This is good for me. This is amazing. This is amazing. Like I'm finding confidence within myself. Like I don't need anybody to tell me whether what I'm sharing is good or not. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. How incredible.